We're going to explore a breath awareness exercise now. And being aware of your breathing and how it influences your riding in your horse is one of the most fundamental aspects that you can focus on when you are with your horse and riding them as well. Your diaphragm, which is your major breathing muscle, is linked by other muscles and soft tissues all the way through to your legs. So if you're not breathing in a particularly helpful way, and that is super common in riding, whether it's through a little bit of performance anxiety or fear or something else, concentration perhaps if you're trying to learn lots of new things, if the diaphragm gets a little bit restricted or it's not moving as well as it should, then all of the rest of this can be affected by that. So if you can learn to breathe in harmony with your horse's movement, that's going to really help you find more flow and more ease within your own body and the movements that you're riding. So to start with, what I'd like you to do is place the hands on just the sides of your rib cage, but try to get your thumbs round the back a little bit if you can. You're then going to just use a normal strength of breath to allow the flow of air to connect into where your hands are in contact with your body. So I'm just going to do that a little bit. You might be able to see very subtle movement of my hands. So I'm breathing into the sides and the back of the ribs. If you can feel that clearly, then you can take your hands a little bit lower onto your waist. And again, allow the flow of breath to connect into that slightly lower position. So breathing into a little bit of a lower position on the trunk, but still using your hands as a contact point. If that still feels good and you can feel the connection, you can go a little bit lower still onto your pelvis, taking the breath down into the pelvis, into the hips, into the lower back. And that will be a more subtle sensation, but you may just feel a slight ebb and flow of the air going in and out. The next stage is to do it in movement. So I'm just going to show you with Martha that. Now, what I'd like you to be able to do is actually breathe in rhythm with your horse's steps. Now, because we're in canter, we'll talk about it in canter, I'm going to breathe in for as many of Martha's strides as I can, and then breathe out for the same number of strides. So let's have a go. So I reckon I can breathe in for 4 of her canter strides and out for 4. That might be less for you on your own horse, it might be more. But think about having a breath rhythm with every pace that you're riding on your horse, and count how many steps or how many strides you can comfortably breathe in for, and see if you can breathe out for the same amount and keep that going all the way through your ride.